Calderon and Tony Dunst rounding out the top 10. Day 4's play would lead to the final 6, but the 18 who started the day were remarkably deep, including 5 players with WPT final table experience, as well as WPT Ones to Watch Matt Murphyati and raw deal analyst Tony Dunst. While everyone had their eye on the Champions Cup, WPT champ Will Failla also had his sights on Player of the Year. An 8th place finish or better, and Will would retake the lead in the POY race from Joe Sirac.
I'm making a final table. 100%.
The poker heated up as Tony Dunst shoved, holding pocket deuces. He's called by Daniel Buzgon, who had 10s. The board runs out to give Tony a miracle straight on the river.
Oh my God. Holy wow.
Doubling up Tony and leaving Daniel short-stacked. With the field dwindling and players about to go on break, Cunix checks the flop against Matt Murphyati. Matt shoves for almost 600,000.
All in.
Sean snap calls to show he hit a set of deuces against Matt's pair of aces. The board runs out and Matt is shell-shocked as he busts in 9th place.
Son of a...
While Matt sat stunned, Will would celebrate as he once again took the lead for WPT Player of the Year. The day's final hand would pit Paris final tableist Byron Caverman against Florida businessman and accomplished amateur James Calderon. Byron lost his race holding ace-king.
There it is.
And our final table was set. Will Failla and Tony Dunst would be joined by our chip leaders, 2 businessmen with strong poker experience, Cunix and James Calderon, as well as 2 pros who both made the final table at Regatta this season, the well-respected Darren Elias and our short stack, Daniel Buzgon. But the story would be all Will Failla, a man who was as good as his word from a few days ago.
It's up for grabs for anybody to win this WPT Player of the Year, but I can tell you one thing. They got to come with this.
As we get ready for the start of this amazing final table, I'm joined by the best in the business, Mike Sexton and Vince Van Patten. Mike, as everyone knows, you made the final table of the Bay 101 Shooting Star here on the WPT just last season. So you better than anyone can tell us exactly what is going through Tony's mind right now.
Well, Marinella, relief is probably a pretty good word. This is Tony's first WPT final table, and I can assure you he is thrilled to be here. But now that he's here, he's thinking about winning. But that's not going to be easy because we've got tough, experienced players at this final table, 4 of whom have been at a WPT final table before, including our chip leader, Sean Cunix, tough young pro Darren Elias, and Will the Thrill Failla, who tonight is going for his 2nd WPT title this season. This is going to be a good one.
Without a doubt, Mike, this is a tough table. And Vince, how about Will Failla calling a shot by reclaiming his Player of the Year lead and making a 2nd final table this season?
Wow, just incredible. You know, Will the Thrill is a true character. You know, the wannabe mobster from New York. You know, he's half Tony Soprano. He's half Tony G, the Australian airbag. But he's not half a player because this guy has everything, Marinella. He can really play. He can read people. He can trash talk at the players. But he also likes to eliminate people at the poker table, much like Tony Soprano. He likes to have them swimming with the fishes. This is one great guy to watch. He is always fun. But Tony Dunst, don't go away. You got here. Big chance tonight. Maybe you can do it.
And now I'm going to put both of you on the spot. Who is your pick to win this thing?
Well, because he's the chip leader, Sean Cunix has to be the favorite. But certainly all of us at the World Poker Tour would love to see Mr. Raw Deal Tony Dunst take down his first WPT title tonight. But I pick Will the Thrill Failla when he made the final table at the Legends of Poker to win, and I'm going with him again tonight. Will the Thrill will take down his 2nd WPT title.
Okay.
All right, Mike.
I have to go with my man Tony Dunst. He's come this far. Maybe he'll win it. Who knows?
All right, Vince, there's a lot on the line tonight. A first-place prize worth $400,000, including an entry to the season-ending $25,000 WPT World Championship in Vegas, and 6 men who want nothing more than to etch their names on the WPT Champions Cup. Start of play from the Jacksonville Best Bet Open is just minutes away. Mike and Vince will be back with the call of the game right after this.
Season 10 of the World Poker Tour is brought to you by ClubWPT.com, where VIP members can win their share of $100,000 in cash and prizes every month. ClubWPT.com. Never lose a dime playing poker, guaranteed. Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. The final table of the Jacksonville Best Bet Open Poker Championship about to get underway. We've got youth, we've got experience, we've got 6 great players fighting it out for this coveted title.
That is right, Mike. We are in beautiful Jacksonville. We are just minutes away from where Ponce de Leon discovered the Fountain of Youth. Well, will youth prevail? We will find out. The cards are in the air. Andes are starting at 5,000, blinds 15 and 30. Let's go to the felt.
Well, there you see our leaderboard. Sean Cunix out in front with 2.7. James Calderon in second place. Here we go.
Okay, on the short stack, Daniel Buzgon. He's got a queen deuce, and he won't play that. Here's Will the Thrill. Next up to bat, he's going to fold. Tony Dunst going away.
Over to Sean Cunix, our chip leader. He folds as well.
Darren, Elias.
Well, Darren's a tough poker pro out of Montclair, New Jersey, just 25 years old.
He's got a nothing hand, a jack 3 of diamonds. Got a little money in there.
Finished 5th at Borgata earlier this season. And he is going to raise it up out of the small blind with the jack 3 of diamonds. 75,000 to go.
James Calderon, real estate investor from Venice, Florida, has re-raised this, makes it 175.
Wow, what a 3-bet here by the businessman from Venice, Florida. Not just a businessman, folks. This guy can play poker. Got a couple WPT cashes. He also finished 13th in the 2009 main event at the World Series of Poker, which garnered him $633,000. So the guy knows how to play, as you can see right there, by 3-betting with 9 high.
Just 9-7. He's going to win that pot. Darren goes out. So off to a good start is the amateur player. All right, very next hand, Sean Cunix, the chip leader at this point.
Now, Sean playing with a broken collarbone. He was in an accident with his son on a quad runner, but not hurt bad enough to miss this event.
He's going to fold a queen 8. And now back to Darren, who has a miserable 7-3. Won't play that. Calderon going away. And now the short stack, Daniel.
Daniel Buzgon, 27-year-old poker pro out of Marlton, New Jersey. Tough player. He was 3rd at Borgata earlier this season.
Well, he has folded, and now it's around to Will the Thrill. And Will the Thrill has a 6-5.
Now, Will the Thrill making the call out of the small blind. But Tony Dunst going to raise here with the jack 9, makes it 90,000 to go, and Will quickly calls.
Now our man Tony Dunst, the raw deal here on the WPT, who has beautifully made the final table.
Made a good raise there, up to 90,000. Let's see how it works out for him. 9-6 deuce. Will's flopped second pair, but Tony has flopped top pair.
Thrill quickly checking, and Tony quickly betting with the continuation bet. Looks like 90,000.
This could spell trouble for the WPT champ, who has retaken the Player of the Year lead.
Will has called it.
By his finish in this tournament.
Faster, buddy.
All right, turn card coming up.
It's okay. It's a regular deal
Will
now.
behind.
When a 5 comes off.
2 pair for Will the Thrill.
He's behind no more, Vince. He has taken the lead. He's got 2 pair.
And he quickly checks it like he hated it. Of course, we know better. And Tony gonna bite here. Like he should. Protect your top pair. And there's the bet, 215,000.
Well, let's see what Will's going to do now. He's going to raise it. There's your answer. This comes right over the top of Tony Dunst. Will Tony get away from this hand, or will he be talking about it on the raw deal later?
You got top pair. You got a wild man on your right.
Well, he's going to make a good laydown here, that's for sure.
Very nice, Tony.
So Will the Thrill getting lucky on the turn, taking down that pot.
Come on, let's go. Something. Crowd's dead. We got to wake up this crowd a little.
Will the Thrill is trying to wake up the gang at the Royal Flush Girls Social Bar.
If anybody can wake it up, it is Will the Thrill. I'll give him credit, Vince. He had to get to at least 8th place in this tournament to go past Joe Sirac. He said he was going to do it, and he did it. He has retaken the lead for the WPT Player of the Year going into the main event.
Quite a character. All right, back to play. Darren Elias now with Ace King, a big hand. Darren's out of Montclair, New Jersey, 25 years old. And he's getting out raising chips, of course. Goes to 65,000. Right behind him, James Calderon with a nice suited connector.
Well, he 3-bet with a 9-7 of clubs a minute ago. That worked for him. Here he just makes the call with the 8-7 of clubs.
Everyone else folding to the chip leader, Sean Cunix, who has not picked up a good hand yet. And he's going to fold. Two-way action. Ace-king up against 8-7 of clubs. And we are flopping.
And flop comes ace-10 deuce. Great flop for Darren. He's got top pair and top kicker.
Just a thing of beauty. You play it sneaky, or do you come out with a continuation bet? That's what he's going to do. 75,000.
Look at this. James has no hand and no draw. And yet he is playing this pot.
He's got some heart there because he's going to make it 195, Mike.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
Problem is your guy has ace-king. That's a quick call right there by Darren. Here we go to the turn.
5 of clubs comes off. That's going to give James a flush draw, but Darren's still well out in front with the 2 aces. Now it's going check, check. Oh, and the queen of clubs comes up.
Miracle card for the real estate guy. James Calderon hitting his flush. And it's on Darren first. Slow down. Yes, he does.
Then he's going to check. He got raised on the flop. He's fearful this could give his opponent 2 pair or a straight possibly. I doubt he's thinking about putting him on a flush here.
Calderon's thinking, how much can he get out of Darren? And it looks like 260, a nice amount.
Well, folks, I don't see how Darren is going to fold this hand, but you're going to see him slink out of his chair and slump to the floor when he sees how he got beat and how this guy raised him on the flop with 8 high. No hand, no draw.
That's a pretty auto call. Even though you don't like it, you got aces with a big kicker. 260, yes, he's going to donate. And he's going to be disgusted, of course. He sees the flush. Oh, oxygen tank, please.
Yeah, you can see everybody else's eyebrows are going to be raised when they see the hand that James turns over there, because they see this guy's got a lot of heart to make plays like that, to raise on the flop with no hand and no draw.
Absolutely, and Darren there, burned like the toasted Denny's. That is not fun.
Oh, boy.
Plenty more to come from the WPT Jacksonville Best Bet Open, including the Royal Flush Girls having fun here in Florida. Plus, we relive a Champions Cup moment.
Here we go.
Wow.
It's all when we return to the WPT Jacksonville Best Bet Open. Stick around.
The World Poker Tour has always supported great charitable causes, and in 2012, we're launching the WPT Foundation.
Go to WPTFoundation.org to learn about our global charity partners and find out how you can join us in playing for a better world.
The Best Bet Poker Room has been wonderful, and the whole entire city's been really sweet to us. We went to the beach, we did a bunch of surfing and playing in the water. The beach was beautiful, the sand was great, the water was amazing. Clark's Fish Camp was definitely an experience that I will not forget. They had python, kangaroo, ostrich, venison, everything I could ever think of that you could possibly cut up and eat, they had it there.
Honestly, she's had like 17 gator toes. I'm really starting to worry here.
Jacksonville, Florida is an amazing place to visit. You'd be so surprised at all of the incredible things they have to offer, and the Best Bet Poker Room was perfect.
Vince, I got to tell you, the Best Bet Jacksonville couldn't be better named, because this is the best bet you can get if you're a poker player. This place is gorgeous. What impresses me the most as a player, you're not cramped. There's plenty of space between tables. The chairs are comfortable. The tables are beautiful. The lighting is great.
Yeah.
I think if you're in this area, folks, and you like to play poker, you got to check out Best Bet Jacksonville.
We'll also just talk about the food and the service, impeccable. So you're right, Mike. This is one of our favorite casinos.
And how about this, Vince?
Oh, boy.
Dealer Brian Wood has engraved the WPT logo right in the side of his head there. Gotta love it.
I hope he's getting some big tips for that one. I bet he is. Everyone having a good time here as 6 players remain. As you can see, our chip leader, Sean Cunix, with 2.8 million in chips. And he is a businessman out of Columbus, Ohio.
But the other businessman, James Calderon, right on his heels here with 2.7 million in chips.
James is going to fold on this hand, and now Mr. Buzgon, a short stack at the table with a king-8 of spades. This hand has piqued his interest. Is he going to fire, Mike?
I'll tell you where he fired, Vince. He re-entered this tournament on day 2 after he got busted on day 1, and that was a wise decision because you're going to get a nice paycheck.
Well, he has raised to 65,000. Couple folds.
Round to Sean Cunix. This is Sean's second time he's been at a WPT final table, so maybe an amateur, but he's been here before.
Well, he's called with a nothing hand, just a 6-4. Darren with an ace-5 gets out of their way, so two-way action. Daniel Buzgon with a king-8 up against a 6-4 by Sean. Here's the flop.
Well, flop comes 9-9-4, so just that quickly, Sean has taken the lead with 2-pair. Now Sean is going to check the 2-pair.
And the short stack Daniel.
It's the kind of flop you're normally going to make a continuation bet with, even though you don't have anything.
Up a $70,000 bet, it looks like.
Yep, Daniel doing just that. Let's see now what Sean is going to do.
Well, he's got a piece of it. You know you can't get hurt that bad because the guy's on such a short stack. You've got all these chips. And there you go. He's going to push all in. Put the pressure back on Buzgon.
Well, Buzz is going to be gone here, no doubt about that.
That will kill you, Buzz.
He is not going to.
Happens.
He is just posturing here, folks. Zero chance he's calling here with the king eye.
Buzgon out.
All right, so Sean Cunix going to take down that pot. So the Ohio State Buckeye is dabbing it right now.
Sean Cunix, 39 years old. He works with Verizon stores. And he's playing some good poker here tonight so far. All right, back to the table. Darren. Elias with a 6-3. Quickly folds his hand. James Calderon. Also going out.
So back to Buzgon. They just raised a minute ago with king 8. That didn't work out. Let's see what he's going to do with queen jack. Remember, he is the short stack at the table, but just wants to wait for something a little better than that. Will the Thrill going to make a raise here with the king 10 of spade?
Why not? He's got the button. Attractive hand. He makes it 65,000 to go. Tony out.
Well, the big blind has picked up a premium hand. Got ace king. And that good luck card cap you see on Sean's thing is a soccer player. It came from his son's birthday cake. Sean used it to show his son that you can do anything that you set your mind out to achieve. He wanted to make this final table. He's using the soccer man to prove that you can do it.
That is great. He's also made it 180,000 into Will the Thrill.
Well, calling re-raises with hands like king 10 and king jack. Some pros wouldn't make it, but they're not Will the Thrill. He wants to see a flop.
He's also got position, but he could be in trouble here. Here's the flop, and the king comes up.
Well, this is just why they don't call re-raises with king jacks and king 10s, because they're trouble hands. If you flop 2 kings, you're still frozen when your opponent's continuing to bet.
Now Sean with the continuation bet. He looks like he's getting chips out, and of course he is going to bet 235.
He's got top pair and top kicker. A great flop for him.
And Will's thinking, geez, I have kings. Let me find out where I am here.
It's a good flop for Will the Thrill's hand. He's going to raise it here.
Repop it, but look at this, a quick all in by Sean.
I should have waited a little bit.
He should have waited a little bit. I agree with him. I think he made a snap all in bet when it wasn't necessary with the texture of this board. And Will the Thrill, let's see if he can pick up on that snap all in bet and realize that he's beat here.
Tough spot.
Well, indeed it is a tough spot.
I think you got 2 queens for some crazy reason.
Normally Will is very good about reading opponents in this situation.
You got 2 queens?
It's still better than your hand. Even 2 queens are.
You think so?
Yeah.
I raised you there with I don't know, 2 queens beat?
I mean, maybe. I got a terrible table image.
You do have a terrible table image, that's true.
Well, he have a terrible table image, but he got the best hand here. And if Will's not careful, he'll be reporting to the rail.
What a predicament for Will the Thrill. First in the Player of the Year standings. Quite a character from Long Island, New York.
I bet you got to salute the guy. He had to get to at least 8th place to retake that Player of the Year lead. He did it. He's trying to extend that lead now, but he makes the call here.
Show me.
He could go out in 6th place very easily.
I hate to do that, though. I got to play these other guys, too.
And he is going to make the right fold.
So Sean Cunix extending his chip lead by picking up a nice pot right there.
And that is just horrible for Will the Thrill, whose chips are disappearing faster than a 70s child star.
I know you told us. That was so great.
Tony just so happy it wasn't him. As we look at the Royal Flush Girls social bar, anyone can go out there and talk to the girls about almost anything.
I swear to God, I folded a king. I don't know. You guys going to see it in 30 minutes. Why
Thrill.
don't I?
Trying to prove that he had kings. He did. Good lay down. We must move on. James Calderon.
This guy's impressed me, Vince, I got to tell you. He goes out here, adds his Buzgon.
Yep. Back to Will.
And he's got the suited connectors, a 6-7 of spade here.
He's going to raise it to 63.